In today's video, I'm going to tell you about how much YouTube paid me with 10,000 subscribers. Now immediately, that might sound like a strange topic, especially for a channel that only has under 200 subscribers. But don't worry, this video is completely legitimate. This is one of my second channels. Actually, this is my third proper attempt at making a YouTube channel. My previous two attempts have been successful. I started my first channel when I was only 13, and that channel went on to get over 17,000 subscribers. Then I moved on to my second channel, which got less in subscribers but more in views, which will give us a more rounded projection as to how much you could possibly make when we're talking about YouTube. But my second channel I probably started when I was about 17 years old, and I stopped making videos on that about a year or so ago. And that channel made it well over 13,000 subscribers in the end. And it actually made me quite a lot of money. In this video I'm going to talk about how much it made me, why that is, and how you could possibly do this too. So if you enjoy this sort of stuff, don't forget to like and subscribe. So before we talk about how much I made on one of these channels, let's talk about what determines how much people earn on YouTube. Because I know it's something where there's a lot of confusion around it. Some people think it's based on subscribers, some people think it's based on views. Let me explain how it fully works. When it comes to being paid on YouTube, there's one main way that that's done. That is through the viewership numbers. As you will know by watching videos on YouTube, an ad plays before every single YouTube video. The reason for that is that obviously brands can get more sales, and how this works is that YouTube then splits the revenue between themselves and the creator. So that means that as a creator on YouTube, you will earn money for every ad shown in your video, and for that reason the more ads shown, the better. Now when it comes to how much you can make on this, it really does vary quite a lot. It goes in windows of 1,000, so per every 1,000 views you're told how much money you earn, and that's called your CPM. Now CPM I believe means cost per mille, which basically means 1,000 views. So when it comes to my second channel, the one that I wanted to be speaking about today, it was based in the finance niche, and that massively impacted what the CPM was. The finance niche is of course quite a profitable one, as it is a sector where people generally spend a lot of money, so running a finance-based YouTube channel or blog will make you quite a lot of money. Now when it comes to my specific CPM for the YouTube channel that I was running, when I check it on my phone, I was not doing too bad. The CPM for that channel is around $16 per 1,000 views. Not bad if you ask me. So obviously the viewership numbers then goes on to impact that and how much money you can make. The YouTube channel that I'm speaking about here has over 2 million views as of current, but not every single one of these views was monetized. As here on YouTube, if you want to get your monetization or ads turned on, you have to go through a process. The process requires that you have 1,000 subscribers first and 4,000 hours worth of watch time. That's one of the reasons why this channel doesn't have ads turned on, and whilst we're on the road, it is quite a painful road to be on, and this is why a lot of people generally give up in the early days with YouTube. But once you smash through that goal, it's generally like a snowball effect as more and more people join and more people continue to tune into your videos. So after a while my views were starting to pick up and I saw consistent viewers every single month, to a point where I was definitely getting over 100,000 views a month in good months. Now because of that, my highest earning month was well over £2,000, and one day alone in a previous month I made over £200 in a single day. And this is just from the ad revenue that I made on these videos. Whilst ad revenue is one of the main sources of revenue on YouTube, there are also other sources that I must speak about. A notable one is membership, where people can become members of your channel, giving you a small contribution each month for your fantastic content. Now on this channel I did actually have quite a few members at the height of the channel, and this brought me in an extra probably couple of hundred in revenue every single month, which is quite good. But obviously the thing about members is it can drop, so that helped me to build my revenue to a point where I was definitely making well over £1,000 a month on the minimum end. So when it comes to it in total, how much did I make? Well, like I said, I got about 2 million views. I properly made videos on this channel for only about 1 year, maybe 1.5, and in that time I was able to generate over £12,000 worth of revenue on this one channel alone. That is right. And believe it or not, all of the videos on this channel were completely faceless and still are. I never showed my face like I do on this YouTube channel, and most of the videos were even easier to film and edit than this one that you're watching right now. It really didn't take much of my day, probably about an hour or so, and it allowed me to make an extra £12,000 a year, which is definitely a side hustle worth continuing in my opinion, and for that reason I am going to consider restarting this channel in 2024. And also you have to imagine A, if I'd have continued to grow that channel, and B, if I'd have had 2 or 3 channels at once, how much revenue I could have been making. Now the reason why I decided to quit that channel is not really for any particular reason. It was mainly due to the fact that the topic that I was speaking about became less relevant at the time. I'm talking about a finance channel here, investing, and because of the whole pandemic related surge that we saw in interest for stocks, my channel started to skyrocket. But as things came back to normal and most people simply put lost interest in the stock market, my viewership figures started to decline. Now admittedly, it wasn't even that big of a drop, but like I've said in previous videos, it got to that point where you expect a certain level of real high results, and when you don't see that, you consider it to be a massive loss. So in actuality, I would have done fine if I'd have continued, but the fact that I was probably uploading maybe 5 videos a day, even though they were only 5 minutes at a time, it became quite strenuous and it really wasn't something that I wanted to do. So I kind of set out there looking for a new side hustle, and then I found my whole eBay shop and that kind of stuff, which is really a topic for another day. But that's what I decided to do after that, and yeah, it really wasn't a bad time uploading, but I just decided I wanted to change. And like I said, this video is only talking about my second channel. My first channel had over 17,000 subscribers, and that again could be another video for a different day. It was in a different niche, so it's definitely different results that I could talk about in that video and how it compares to each other. But I must say, for those of you wanting to start YouTube, you should probably do it. It's really easy, it's quite fun, and you do start to find a bit of a groove with it. When it begins, it's a little bit difficult. You have people that might leave negative comments, or you might see your videos get 3 views, 5 views, 10 views, like I kind of do on this channel, to be fair. But after a while, you understand this is just an unfortunate part of the process. Like, even though I know that the viewership figures for this channel right now are quite low, after growing 2 YouTube channels to a considerable size, I understand this is just part of the process, and you do have to sadly go through those early days where you don't get many views, you don't get many likes, you don't get many comments. It's just what you have to do. And on top of that, I must say, when it comes to picking a YouTube niche, I wouldn't focus too much upon it. I would obviously try and pick something that is profitable, but if you have a passion, you could always outpace a CPM, the amount you get paid per 1,000 views, by getting more views, which is quite common sense. But think about it. If I have a channel that's related to finance that gets only 10,000 views a week, let's say, or a month, that gets £10 per 1,000 views. Imagine how much results I could get on a channel that makes only £5 per 1,000 views, but gets 10 million views a month because it's in a better niche. Sometimes it's not always about what's most profitable, but what is most scalable. And that's another thing that I say with YouTube. On top of that, I have to say, another thing with YouTube is, your first couple of videos are going to be terrible. When I look back on my first videos, I didn't really know what I was doing, the quality wasn't that good, the animations weren't fantastic, and it was just a case of, I don't know if I'd watch this myself. But fortunately for me, some people liked it, some people stuck with it, and some people still stick with it when I upload a video, albeit infrequently, on that channel today. And that's the kind of vibe that I really love. Once you get the ball rolling, it's such a fantastic experience. You start to build up your own little community, and obviously you get paid for it along the way, which is never going to be a bad thing. It's a passion of mine, it's something which I've always wanted to do. I'm doing it here on this YouTube channel, and I hope to do it again on my previous channel as well. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy content like this, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, as I do make content related to finance and motivation every single day. So if it's your kind of thing, don't forget to join us for our next episode. I also recommend that you guys watch our last episode where we talk about money and how money conditions us to be poor. And I would love it if you guys could tell me what sort of videos you want to see next in this series. Hopefully you learned something here, and hopefully you'll be inspired to start a YouTube channel of yourself, knowing how much it could make for you. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon.